Imagine the events of your day come out of a mystery box. As you go through the day, situations come out of the box, both good and bad. Do you resent what challenges you and welcome what gives you comfort? Does everything that comes out of the box have to have an immediate effect on your mental state? Whatever happens, we have the power to accept it fully. We don't have to create a problem out of the obstacles we face. The Stoic phrase Amor Fati is where we welcome every experience, positive or negative, with open arms. This doesn't mean we don't take action when appropriate. We simply accept the present moment, non-judgmentally. A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it. Marcus Aurelius. What is thrown into the fire makes the fire stronger. So too if we encounter something negative, such as illness, insult or injury. We can become stronger and more resilient from the experience. Instead of resisting what happens, we should change our perception. This challenge is not a hindrance, it's fuel for the fire. Epictetus explains that it is our attitude toward events, not events themselves, which we can control. Nothing is by its own nature calamitous. Even death is terrible, only if we fear it. The only things we have in our power are our thoughts and actions. We have no control over if our friend ignores us, if it's raining, if the heater stops working, or if you get an infection. These things are out of our control, therefore they aren't of our concern. What is our concern is how we react to these experiences. When the universe presents you with an obstacle or a challenge, you can respond to it without creating a problem in your mind. Amor Fati means that we can make the most of the events we experience, regardless of their positive or negative attributes. Most of our lives, and I am certainly guilty of this, we try to control the uncontrollable. If I release a new video, I want more people to see it, and when the views don't go up as much as I want, I become annoyed and frustrated. This is a good example of something which is out of my control. Instead of resentment, I should utilize the power of Amor Fati. Whatever happens, happens. I was in control of the making of the video. But now that it's out, I have to surrender to its fate on YouTube. If it makes 1 view or 1 million views, my happiness or unhappiness should remain unaffected. Allowing your emotions to be predicated on outside events is folly. No amount of peace can be gained from this. Happiness rests in our power. Alfred Adler explained, "No matter what has occurred in your life up to this point, it should have no bearing at all on how you live from now on. Happiness is a choice that we make in the present moment. It is not a fleeting feeling that we might feel when the sun is shining or when we experience our first kiss, but a moment-to-moment choice. We have the power to accept the things we can't control. And fully utilize the things we can. And with that comes the freedom and the courage to be happy." Imagine a situation where there are no challenges. Where would the opportunities be to adapt, grow, and evolve? Amor Fati means that everything happens for a reason, and that reason is what's in your power. 2 people trip over in the street, for example. One person laughs it off and continues walking. The other person is miserable for the rest of the day. The same thing happened to both. The only difference was their reaction to the event. Marcus Aurelius explained that you don't have to turn this into something. It doesn't have to upset you. Things can't shape our decisions by themselves. This idea of Amor Fati helped me cope with negative thinking in a workshop where we discussed our short film ideas. I offered some feedback to someone on their idea, and the feedback was rejected both by the person I gave feedback to and the workshop leader. Of course, this rejection was done in the nicest way, but my mind was fixated on the rejection and the inadequacy of my feedback. In the prison of mental suffering, I hurriedly typed on Google Marcus Aurelius quotes to find something to calm my overthinking mind. That's when I found this quote: "You don't have to turn this into something." I found the key to leave my mental prison and was able to come back to the present moment. This experience was fuel to my fire. I can learn from this and I can grow and give better, more constructive feedback in the future. I didn't have to resent my classmate or the workshop leader. I had to make the realization that this setback was my destiny and that what happens doesn't have to upset me. In the morning, we should remind ourselves to accept today as it is, not as we would like it to be. Accept the mystery box. We would all like for people to be nice to us, the sun to shine, everything we do to be praised, and everyone to listen to us, be interested in us, and give us opportunities. But all these things are out of our control. Therefore, we should surrender and embrace each moment as it comes, focusing only on what is in our power. Alfred Adler explained that people think and talk about two things: that bad person and poor me. How often do you complain about your life situation? How often do you blame other people for your unhappiness? When you talk to people, are you unloading your problems on them? If you start eavesdropping on conversations, you'll notice most follow these two tracks: that bad person and poor me. When you catch yourself having one of these thoughts, remember Amor Fati. That person that said something unkind, he doesn't have to affect you. He was part of the day's mystery box, the contents of which are indifferent to our likes and dislikes. Accept the mystery and stop complaining, for no amount of complaining will change what has happened. Instead, change your thinking. How can I grow from this challenge? There is something to learn from this. I can accept the negative feeling I have, but I don't have to increase the feeling's power by constantly complaining. The same can be said with the thought, poor me. If you think the world has done wrong to you, you aren't following Amor Fati. You took a situation, reacted badly to it, and chose to suffer. Rupert Spira explains that suffering is a choice, a project we choose to engage in. Epictetus explained that people are not disturbed by things, but by the view they take of them. It is not the thing itself that is harming us, but how we perceive that thing that causes us harm. When someone frustrates you, take a moment to widen your perspective from the moment of frustration to the future. How will you feel about this frustration a few hours from now or a few days from now? How much importance are you giving to the frustration? These questions have the power to lessen the intensity of the negative emotion. Once we realize how short the emotion will last and how insignificant it is, we just need to put things in perspective and say Amor Fati, and we can continue our day with more calm and stability. Life is a game, and with a game comes challenges. Amor Fati is where we accept these challenges. They are part of the experience of life. Setbacks can be irritating, but they are simply a hard part of the game, a level we are stuck on. It is within your power to beat the game, regardless of the difficulty. Seeing life as a game means you will have a different perspective on challenges. In a video game, when you fail, you can either quit the game or persevere and try to win. We should take this attitude in life. Instead of falling into despair, we should be grateful for the challenge, as it's an opportunity for us to become stronger. It is how we face challenges that determines how we grow and evolve as people. Our path is the right one for us. We should trust life as an appropriate amount of challenges in store for us to learn from. Every single event, good or bad, is an opportunity to make your life more fulfilling and powerful. So next time you feel under the weather, remember Amor Fati and press retry. The next challenge you face will level you up to the person you want to become. All you need is a change in perspective, and life's challenges become life's greatest assets.